guys, welcome back to TI7 Qualifiers. We're here with Geek and Moogle. Wow, you guys are in such a tight schedule. Moogle just finished your matchup against the Nets. You could almost say Grudge Band, Miracle and Co. Unfortunately, didn't cross the game. So, gonna be a little bit of a slump to see if they can win here against Geek Fam. This is not sure if it's a massive Geek Fam and hungry on that rating, but every win counts because I hear that the rankings are very close. There are possibilities of tiebreakers, so you don't want to give up just yet. I mean, teams like Skate Masters are pretty much out given their abysmal score, but there still might be some hope left for Geek Fam, for Moogle, for some tiebreakers. So you want to be able to get as many points as you can, and if anything, get more experiences for the future. All right, so we are going to hop into the draft, and let's see what we have here. We're going to start things off with a Slardar, and once again we see this very common Puck ban now. I don't know why Puck has been banned so much compared to some of the more troublesome heroes, but on the other hand, I have seen a lot of Puck in the recent few matches today as well as yesterday. So we're going to start off with the Slardar. It's also a very good deterrent to the Bristleback. I think I've seen a lot of Bristlebacks fall to the Slardar now. The Corrosive Haze, reducing his armor, making him squishy, and taking away one of the biggest advantages that Bristleback offers you, which is that beefy front line. So Moogle, what are they going to respond with? I think Miracle, going to feel a little bit, on the sad side because of his results recently. But you can't have that weighing you down. You would have liked to win that grudge match, but well, got to take things in stride and see how things go. So they're going to go with the very familiar Queen of Pain for Chibix, and Sand King is going to be the first pick as well. So we're going to have the very comfort picks coming out for Moogle. Sand King, a very popular hero here for Southeast Asia and I believe other regions as well. Just a very versatile hero, being able to initiate, set up team fights, gank early, push out waves, farm jungle stacks, and getting that early blink dagger is going to be crucial here. So going to have to leave it up to Moogle to have the discipline to be able to farm up those core items ASAP. And of course, Queen of Pain, I'm always a little bit on the fence with this hero. She's really strong, very volatile, but also very susceptible to getting brought down by chain stuns and whatnot. So you can very easily feed away your advantage if you are playing a Queen of Pain a little bit recklessly. Like we saw the other day with Moogle against Skate Masters, almost had this terrible loss to Skate Masters, but thankfully managing to pull the game back. And now we get a Crystal Maiden. We don't see this girl anymore. She keeps spraining her ankle every single version, losing movement speed. And well, they are deciding to go with CM here on Geek Fam, and definitely going to help out with that mana, the mana pool issues that some of these strength heroes do face. Slardar being one of them. We'll see what CM. What's the role CM plays here in this game. She does have Frostbite, which is very powerful against Queen of Pain, locking down her blink, and the Omni Knight now being taken out. Razor as well, a very popular hero in the C qualifiers. Not too successful, but very popular. Along with Nyx Assassin, these two guys are just picked over and over, but not too that great results. Alright, so we'll see what Moogle decides to go for here. They got to ban some heroes. I do believe banning Lifestealer does seem like a natural option, but they do look like they might want to pick up that Lifestealer for themselves. So we'll have to see if if Geek Fam are going to snatch that Lifestealer, because Slardar Lifestealer is a very old school combo. The Chinese love it. They always play. I mean, if you remember, I think Newbie just picked that combo pretty much every other game when it was not banned against them. So definitely has a lot of merit. But Geek Fam still got options open. Slardar is not just a Lifestealer carrier. You can also pair it with your Shadow Fiend. You can pair it with any real range DPS right clicker, someone like a Draw Ranger or Draw Ranger. It does come to mind as well. Draw Ranger, Shadow Fiend, and a few other range attackers could do the job as well. So definitely going to see what the issue here is. But Moogle, they got that third pick now. They got their first choice after this ban phase. So I'm thinking if they want to grab that Lifestealer Silencer combo that everyone's been running, it might do them some good, but they are going to go with Venomancer. So we are going to be going more towards what the NA guys did popularize with RTZ running that Veno on that safe lane maybe, or even have that middle Venomancer. I do not believe you'll be a support, but you could very well be. You could also be a jungle Venomancer, which is very high risk, high reward. You will need to actually be a prominent showing on this game board. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of problems with weak lanes and whatnot. And we did really emphasize a lot about how the patch favors good lanes. So Geek Fam, now we're on to that third pick. What will it be here? We'll have to definitely see. The Crystal Maiden does hint towards a lineup that probably wants to be able to use those spells often. So do we see something like a Pugna, or do we go something like a Tinker? Tinker is possible. Pugna, Tinker. Not sure here what they would like to pick. Lifestealer is still available, so there's always that to go back to. Juggernaut being one of the better pairings of CM, already banned out. Ursa Warrior does seem to be decent as well. We have amplified damage in Ursa. You can really take Roshan's very easily, burst people down once you get those blink daggers. It has some merit. There you go, the Lifesteal. So we're going for the Chinese combo. The Lifestealer, Slaughter Bomb. Very, very standard draft, and the magic immunity is going to benefit Lifestealer a lot. Moogle, we'll see if they see this one coming. Do they return for a counter on the Lifestealer? Something odd like a Beastmaster, or we could be going for Magnus, which wouldn't be terrible either with that lockdown availability. Or a Ancient Apparition, something that is not often considered, but it's possible. Could also go for that Bloodseeker that C does so enjoy now. Moogle did lose to a Bloodseeker earlier, just before this, so they are going to be a little bit, you can almost say a little bit fatigued. On the other hand, you know, it's a fresh start, it's a new team. We'll have to see here. They want to play that. Yeah, I think Veno and Queen have a lot of synergy together. Ancient Apparition as well, because of how Venomancer's ulti and AA Blast work very well together. But you know, with Veno and Queen of Pain, a lot of low health heroes will be on the board, so a Bloodseeker might not be the worst idea in the world. I mean, what's the harm, right? What's the harm? So what is it gonna be?
Tusker.
Alright, Tusker. Yeah, I guess it's pretty good. The Sigil is very annoying for melee heroes to deal with. Snowball can be used for life-saving purposes. I think the Punch is going to be very nice against the Lifesteal as well, since it is technically a Magic Immune disable, as well as a slow following that. So I really want to see this Tusker work out for Moogle. I want to see this Tusker work out for Moogle, but will they be able to pull it off? I don't believe Tusker has been too successful. The Shadow Fiend is very, very standard. I did mention earlier on, Slaughter, pair of Shadow Fiend, you got a lot of minus armor going for you. And so what's the final one going to be? Silencer left pretty much unchecked here. Not picked, not banned. Geek Fam has a slot for Silencer if they do so desire, and a Baton ban here means that they want Moogle are looking towards maybe a disable, some pick-off potential, something similar to the Bat Rider, where Abaddon will just put a crimp into the plans. I'm not sure if Geek Fam are going to go for that Abaddon. Slaughter could be a support. That's also something to note. That Abaddon ban does really put that back into perspective. You need that. You need to watch all the possible angles that enemy draft can go into, and I think the Abaddon was a possible choice there. So this fifth ban, what's it gonna be? Probably a conventional safe lane that Geek Fam don't want to face. Razor is already banned, so there is that out of the way. Maybe there's a Viper possibility, but we need to think along the lines of what Miracle might pick. And looks like they're thinking that this is going to be a safe lane Venomancer, so they want to take away the Warlord and a Drizzle Underlord. Wow. This is definitely not been seen in a while, at least for here, Southeast Asia. You know, it's a hero that can really keep the waves at bay. You know, if Moogle do decide to go for a push, you've got that Firestorm. It will save your tier 1 tower from taking too much damage. That's one thing when he's put on the off lane. There is also that you know, to call him the Uber Lord, because he can teleport everyone out of there in a pinch. So used properly, you can actually get some split push shenanigans going as well. And with the CM Aura, you're going to have that good time with the Underlord. Wow, an Enigma coming out here from Moogle. So really wanting to turn the fight on its back here. Lifestealer and Slaughter, if you want to jump in together, well, be my guest, because we have got Enigma there that will be ready to suck you into the black hole. It's definitely going to be interesting seeing that only one of the heroes here on Geek Fam can reliably stun out the Enigma through his black hole. This seems like a great pick, and I do think that Moogle have perhaps blindsided Geek Fam with this. We'll see how it works, because yeah, you can trap them, but you need that damage as well to be thrown in. But I really like this black hole. Enigma has been buffed considerably with the introduction of talents, having that reduction, the money, all those good things, the cooldown reduction. I mean. So really want to see how this one pans out. It's going to be very interesting to see. Enigma, not often seen these days. I mean, well, not often seen, but not as often as the popular ones, like, you know, the Night Stalker Venos, the Lifestealers. So it's always a treat, you know, when you get to see itself cast a black hole. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's hop into the game. Alright, Miracle. They need to keep their TI dreams alive, so going to need to win this game for sure. Alright, let's hop in. Okie dokie. On the side of Radiant, we have our Singaporean squad looking to live the dream. They actually didn't get their names locked in to the lobby, so it's gonna be a little bit weird there. So we got oh no, because these guys did not have their names locked in, so it's gonna be weird. Archin is Pelosin, so I know that for sure. Enigma. Mango is gonna be Chibix. We got Sanking played by Waka Flaka. And Tusker gonna be played by Barry, and that's Miracle on the Venomancer. I can't remember who's the last one. Memory fails me right now. Alright, on the side of the die we have got Saitama. Oh no, Underlord. We're just gonna call them by those names. Shionix gonna be on the Lifesteal. We got Velo on the Crystal Maiden. Got Yui on the Slaughter, and
30 seconds to battle.
Oh, come on. Why are the names not loaded in? There we go. Okay. So we got Kai on the... So this is probably Kai on Sanking. So it'd be Velo, Teehee, Shionix, Sexy Bamboo, and Rodkey. Yeah, there we go. So... Sexy Bamboo over here.
The battle begins.
Slaughter is going to be played by, I do believe, Rodkey. Shionix going to be on that. Oh man. Shionix going to be on the carry, so it's going to be on the Lifestealer. Here we go. Shadow Fiend played by Teehee. Yep, Teehee. And last but not least, we have got Mr. Velo himself going to be playing on the Underlord. So there we got that. Glad we got that out of the way. Crystal Maiden getting a CS here. And immediately already the middle lane can be faced with some pressure because some 2-1-2 here in that middle lane. Shadow Fiend is gonna start with the souls, but with Queen of Pain and Sanking applying that pressure here, the Slaughter. I mean, yeah, he can try and get something done, but in the early phases, not exactly the most useful, especially when you start off with boots. You know, you got that early movement, the early catch, but you can't really do much here. Combo Venom, Plastic Gale, Saitama taking quite a bit of hits, and a very big tank in that movement speed department. So you gotta be careful there, Underlord. Meanwhile, Pelosin getting a pretty comfortable lane for himself as the Crystal Maiden is going to be taking to the jungle. Frostbite recently nerfed into the ground, you can almost say, in that early game, preventing her from casting 2 Frostbites in one. Just very inconvenient to play Crystal Maiden now, but you know, Gonna have to deal with that here. This is a sexy Bambo. And see how the Venomancer is doing. Miracle taking a leap out of RTs. He's missing a CS over there. That's not part of the plan. This Outworld Bar, no, this Underlord is definitely going to be a problem moving forward as he is. Right now, going to have a pretty comfortable time here. Uncontested, Tusker and Sand are not the best heroes when it comes to dealing with a Underlord because of the the lack of burst damage and the natural tankiness of that Underlord. It's going to make things a little bit tricky. King going to go for the Barrel Strike here, and he's going to be able to steal the rune. So, rookie mistake here from the Slaughter. The Barrel Strike was expended, so maybe there could be issues, but I don't think the Sand King will be the problem anymore. But I'm still going to go for harassment. There's the ice shot. It's going to block him in. Ooh, that's nice. But there's a little bit of a gap there, so unfortunately, not going to be able to snipe out that Slaughter with a nice first blood. But we have to watch out though. Miracle is starting to really kite around this Underlord with the Gale as well as the Poison Sting. The slows are really starting to rack up. Very annoying. No kill just yet. Got it. But at least it will be slowing him pretty significantly. Miracle playing very smart here, and immediately the Underlord TPing out there knowing his limits. Back off. Meanwhile, Slaughter going for that Queen of Pain, goes for the crush. That annoys that Quap. Tries to maybe slow down her CS progression. Already got 15 souls on that Shadow Fiend, so keeping up pretty nicely. The CS not favoring either player right now. How's Enigma doing? Enigma hitting at 3.5, and Xiaonix 3.5 as well. So very balanced across the board here. Tusker and Sankey showing themselves. Yep, there's the Barrel Strike. The Ice Shots will stack on as well. They try and body block that Slaughter, but Slaughter a little bit too damn fast for them with sprints. It's going to be a little bit hard to body block. Oh, here comes a roll in. They get him. That's going to be first blood. They punch him in the face, and Barry going to score some extra money for himself there. Underlord going to be faced here. The death of his teammate, so going to have to deal with that for now. But Queen of Pain, that middle lane, taking all that EXP in farm. The Shadow Fiend has reached that stage where he just drops those razors and then pushes you back. Beno building towards the Midas as he should. The very popular build now, getting level 10 and then getting that 30% EXP bonus. You can have all that good stuff for yourself. Xiaonix cosplaying Sand King with that golden armor plate. I think it's pretty cool. It's one of the more tasteful Goldens out there. Salves here on the Queen. Not going for the bottle just yet. Has been stacking the salves quite a fair bit. And Shadow Fiend having that Arcane Rune is such a blessing here. Being able to throw out those spells at a discount as well as a cooldown reduction. It's going to be huge for at least 1-2 waves, allowing him to get further ahead in this lane. You already see 26-6. Queen of Pain has more denies, but she's always one creep down, and her wave is always pushed towards her side. So it's always going to be tricky coming forward here. And Tusker does have his smoke broken. So Observer Ward going to be scouting out the movement of the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend not showing himself in the lane, and Barry knowing that there could be potential Observer Wards here is going to be playing it safe. Dire do scan, and they realize that it's only the Venomancer is not that big a deal. So they're going to push their Underlord back in. So still 1-0. Shadow Fiend has not shown himself, but I do believe if the Slaughter shows himself here, he could be in a lot of trouble. But Barry now walks across the creep wave and gives himself away. That's 2 points in the poison kill, 2 points in the poison sink. So no, these are this is the more damage build you could say for the Veno. The solo kill potential on this is really high. The wards will come in later, but for now, you're just going to wait up to that level 6 and then drop the Venomous Gale on this Underlord. Oh, we're going to slow him in with that. Slow him with that Venomous Gale. Now he comes with the Barrel Strike as well. Slaughter TPing in there. Looks like Waka Flocka is going to have to TP away. Underlord a little bit too damn tanky for that to even work. So they're going to just peace out there. Waste a little bit of mana, waste a little bit of health, and in the end, force out a single TP from a support Slaughter, but it's not that. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend has continued to keep his lead. You can already see 46 to the 34 on Mango. out Mango for now. Tusker is very good at those long-range ganks, but this Observer was immediately scouting the movement here. Barry knows that something is up. Jig is up for sure. Shadow Fiend returning to the jungle once again for more CS. He's going to be able to farm up Storm. Right. Opponent Roshan flying over to below. Passing some items. Not below, but Sexy Bambo, Shionix trying to go forward for that Enigma, but getting hit by the stuns there, making it a little bit inconvenient. But the Arcane Boots on Enigma means that he can actually get a decent amount of spells off without having to go back to base. Now, time for oh, CP bottom. My bad, guys. They did get the Underlord in the end, but Shadow Fiend does actually pick off 2 heroes in return with a quick TP reaction. So in the end, you could say it was a poor game because you lost your carry, and you lost your carry and a support to the mid laner of all people, giving him solo EXP and farm for just an off laner kill. My bad, guys. I'm gonna try and watch that kill. The Slaughter does get picked off there in the middle lane. The Sand King rotation coming in at the right time. The Slaughter just trying to soak a little bit of EXP in the middle lane, gonna get punished for it. Of course, having level 3 only against a full level Queen of Pain always going to be a problem now. Crystal Maiden caught up. There's Enigma rotating in as well. There's 2 levels in that Malefice. I do believe Sexy Bambo will be going down here. The Caustic going to make that one easy. So Pelosin taking that last hit there. Bounty Rune going to go to Kai on that Sand King.
I'll take your
Queen of Pain models of an Arcane Rune worth the creep damage he took. Barry going to come in and help her soften up this creep wave. Meanwhile, Miracle is back to business here. Really wants to work towards the Midas. Could be a little bit tricky if he doesn't get that crucial time. You don't want to get that before that level 10 hits kicks in so that you can get that EXP boost. Black Hole is available here for the Enigma. They're coming in. They're looking for the SF, but this is a long dive to go. So they're not going to go in. Oh, they're going to go in the Malefice maybe. Oh, they shot him off. Doesn't block him perfectly. And Pelosin very low on health here. We'll have to play very carefully. It's his first Black Hole, but you have to play very safe. The raise, that perfect, finds the kill, and looks like Sexy Bambo will pay with his life, but no sir, the Sand King screws up his initiation, and now he's going to be in trouble. Nice sand, a nice snowball there. He's going to save his life. The raise, looking for that third raise, finds it, gets a kill, and now Shadow Fiend might have overextended himself. He has got some raindrops. He's got some mana from that magic wand, and he will be staying alive. Mango did manage to Sonic Wave under an Arcane Rune, so that is maximum value in terms of cooldowns. And we'll be pretty happy with that exchange. Where's that teamfight recap? Is it coming on? Did I not click on it? So, Sand King, very unfortunate that he missed the Barrow Strike there. It's only level 2 on that Barrow Strike, very underleveled here on Waka Flocka. Shionix has had the lane to himself for a bit now. Enigma does have that level 7, but unfortunately for him, doesn't have that opportunity to use the Black Hole because Shadow Fiend just really nuked him out of the water. Sexy Bambo now trying to eke up to that level 5. Midas now picked up for the Lifestealer. Looks like it's going to be the game of greed here. We hit the 10-minute mark. Let's go to net worth. We've got 4,006 for that. 4,007 for Shionix on the Lifestealer. 4,006 for the SF, and Queen of Pain just hiding behind at a 4,300 net worth. Now picking up a double damage rune, could be big. Her Sonic Wave is on cooldown already, so this Arcane Rune very huge on it. Oh, this Slaughter pretty much food at this point. Didn't go for the Sonic Wave. Very interesting. Probably botched that one up. Could have gone with the dagger as well, or popped the double damage before. But in the end, not getting it. The Crystal Maiden now getting punished. The Black Hole still held on to. Underlord is pretty low, so he'll have to play careful here if he doesn't want to keep his life. There is the Pit of Malice being thrown out, but still. A lot of heroes in the area. Tower taking quite a beating here. Miracle already laying down the law here with his Plague Wards. Has actually teched towards 4 points of Plague Ward now. Skipping on the double poison, double gale. Deploys the Sandstorm, just sits there in the middle of the creep wave. Tower's going low. It's going to drop into deny range very shortly. It is now in deny range, and a little bit of a mistake, you can almost say, using those walls to knock it into deny range, because now the Dire are going to take that one. This tower will be forfeit.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Very unfortunate here. Miracle does pick up his Midas, so almost just in time for that level 10 usage, so very well done. Meanwhile, Rodkey on that Slaughter. Chipix. Aztec Sonic Wave. Didn't really use it on the Slaughter earlier. Maybe he didn't want to just use it on the... Oh, Shadow Feed pops that. Rakugo Soul's gonna nuke Waka Flocka down. Gonna go for the Sandstorm. Tries to get that on... tries to get that kill on the... tries to get the disable and escape here on the SF. But the SF, very nicely placed Requiem. Does get the kill. So that's a solo kill there with the newly fresh... the newly picked up Shadow Blade. Making a rotation down as well. Maybe try and get a nice kill. But that's a Shadow Blade after all, so detection will be required if any aggressive moves were to be made. Miracle. Throw that Gale onto Saitama. Rather the Lord. Oh, they're coming in with the Shadow Fiend again. They get Miracle, double, triple race, and the right click comes in. Doing lots of work here on that Shadow Fiend. Here comes the Sand King. Gonna go in. The Barrel Strike will probably claim the life of that Underlord, but Shadow Fiend getting the triple race here on that Sand King. Gonna have to be very careful. Here comes the Snowball, the punch as well. It does look like they are losing the Tusker in return then. Sand King, no real escape option here. He has that Barrel Strike, but he's gonna have to play really careful. Kai sitting in the back lines there. I do think Sexy Bamboo smells a rat, smells a scorpion more like. Hello, free kill. Did I hear free kill? Yes, they did. Here comes the race. Easy one for the Shadow Fiend and a monster kill being picked up now by the mid laner of Geek Fam. Very insane start for this SF. Already sitting at 7,300. TE having a great old game here on the SF. Oh, Slaughter getting caught there. A lot of damage. Tries to go for the deny there, the Underlord. And then Mercy killing not turning out well for him. Slaughter still goes down to Miracle, so a little bit of a return going back into the coffers of the Radiant. Now Miracle forced to buy his own wards, sentry wards. Look out for that incoming Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend with that debut, the Shadow Blade actually managing to get sniped off 2 quick kills before the Radiant could react. So very good value so far. The progression on this SF has been spot on. Oh, Sand King. Wait for the Raptor Souls. Perfect placement. Gets a godlike streak right off the bat, and Teehee is having the game of his life right now. Really well done so far. Perfect Requiems, perfect Razors, Shadow Blade ganked. He's just doing so much alone on that Shadow Fiend. Not requiring the backup of his allies. And now makes his way down to the bottom immediately. Making more moves here with that Shadow Blade. Wants to look for a pickup here. Here comes the Uber Lord. Oh, Enigma in a lot of trouble. He's trying to go for that black hole, but is it going to be enough to kill that SF? He's dropping low. The open wounds keeping Teehee alive as a result, but the poison could be too much. They probably need to deny him here. Yeah, but they can't deny him because it's it is not Gale, so Poison Sting can't be denied, and the godlike streak gets ended. Miracle gonna enjoy himself some good amount of cash and 971 bounty as a result. But yeah, the Shadow Fiend still being able to get a big amount of kills despite the Enigma using the black hole there. Chipix, meanwhile, trying to keep up to his counterpart, sitting at 7,500, a respectable amount on that net worth. Shionix, knowing that there's no black hole now, not going to fear as much. The 4-star immediately complete that for Miracle as a result of that SF death. So very full indeed. Sexy Bamboo maxing that Frostbite. Trying to go for that trying to go for that lockdown play. Frostbite very powerful against teams without natural dispels. Roaming the enemy jungle. That's a Bamboo thing to do. Just poking his face in and out, stealing the bounty rune. Going for a hand of Midas as well. This guy is so greedy, but he will have his recipe very shortly. Killing that neutral creep will bring him back up to it very shortly. And there is Barry and Chibix looking for a pick these heroes are not easy to kill. The Life Stealer being one of the hardest of them all because of that magic immunity. SF still leading pack there, sitting at 8,400. Shadowblade and Dragonlance all pretty chill. Not making any of those Shadowblade plays. Now you can see that's how disciplined he is. He knows that, okay, 3 kills is more, or 4 kills actually, is more than enough for them to maybe bring detection, and that is, they have dust, they have sentries, starting to be more aware of when their SF will be coming in. Now Bamboo has his own Midas, which is big news. So Maiden is going to start benefiting from this gold influx. Being a pretty much solo support means that he will have to take up the slack when it comes to the money. Oh, gonna go for that Underlord, I guess. There is that Malefice. They're locking him down, but Underlord is going to deploy the Pin of Malice. He is going to get Venom scaled up. He's probably going to take a lot of damage. Going to be hit here on that Shadow Fiend as well. The Frostbite going in. Tusker in a lot of trouble. He's going to go for that Frostbite. Oh, Epicenter going in. The Blink Dagger picked up here by Kai. Will find Slaughter. The Crush not available. And Miracle is going to manage to kill Shionix before he gets off that rage. So as a result, he's going to be very slow. Oh, nice little infest there, but he will not be able to keep himself alive. The right clicks are just going to suffice. Oh, maybe not. There's the Armlet Toggle. The Scream's not enough. That the Barrow Strike will be. Finds him. And now the Shadow Fiend, despite his good early game. Oh, nicely done. Strikes the Enigma down with a long raise and a right click. Or can immediately deploy there on that Underlord. But without that Sand King, Diving Tower is not the option here. Venomancer. Let's see what he does decide to build here. Does he go for the more utility build? The Veil, the Hex, Blink Dagger, Split Push kind of guy? Does he go for a little bit more damage? Mjolnir. Got it. So it does look like Boots of Travel. I mean, why did I even bother? So Miracle is the red player. He does like his Split Push. And this does look like it will be a possible Split Push game. Slaughter still trying to work towards that Blink Dagger. Only 1,000 gold in. Very, very poor here. Midas gets picked up. Shadow Fiend building towards a straight BKB. Just to be able to do some work here. Oh, Sand King. Sand King gets scouted out. They want to go in for him. Slaughter is coming in as well. Waka Flocka doesn't know what's up. There's the Crush. It's going to land. It's going to be perfect. Right clicks all around. The Frostbite as well. The Stalker that is Teehee. He's just so good with the scouts. So good with the picks. Very nicely done. And Venomancer gonna pick up that 200 health bonus. Slaughter gonna find it. 175 mana. Oh, Enigma. A little bit of trouble himself. There is Black Hole though. Slaughter could be picked off. He doesn't have his Blink Dagger and he really doesn't want to die.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Dire's courier does take a tumble. Frostbite now on the Queen of Pain. It's a lonely, sexy Bamboo. Oh, gonna deploy that ultimate Mango though. Unfortunately, it does hold that Orchid, so that's gonna be Bamboo falling down. Unable to really run away from shipping some of that Queen of Pain. Dire Courier falling there. It's gonna be a problem. SF will have to run home for his BKB. I mean, he has it already, but he's gonna have to run home for it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Uh-oh. Barry getting caught here by the Unlord. Trying for the kill, but the Sigil keeping him chill for now. Scott walking into the Malice. Rodkey still unable to get his Blink Dagger, but is sitting at 1,500 gold now. Enigma building through that BKB of his own. Just wants to resist all that kind of destruction he can land on them. Venomancer. With that safely. Still going to be cashing up on that farm. Getting up the levels. Level 16 already. The faster he gets to level 25, the faster he gets those triple ward powers. Mega creep wards as I like to call them. Or even get some extra slow. Should be powerful at kiting Lifestealer. hiding the wings. Doesn't want to risk his life there. Really wants that Blink Dagger. Sitting at 1,900 gold now. Let's take a look at net worth. Currently sitting at a 2,000 lead here is Silent Dire will actually favor. Oh wow. Miracle getting that kill, but the Sand King will pay in turn, and oh, Miracle doesn't have any TP, so he might actually be going down here if he's not careful, but fortunately for him, the slows are going to be inhibitive enough to not have these heroes pursue him. So Sand King for Slaughter, I would say that the Slaughter definitely suffered more there because he was so close to the Blink Dagger. So another win here for the boys. Uh-oh. Shionix taking a kill and Poison Sting to the face. Start losing quite a bit of life. Will not die here, I believe. Just taking some big ticks, but shouldn't fall. If his armlet was on, it might have been a little bit concerning. The armlet wasn't. Comes the Tuskar rolling in. Slaughter just really wants his bloody dagger. He finally gets it though, so this death is yeah, it's going to be annoying, but it does not really impede his dagger any further. Now the cooldown reduction does come into play. Let the root a little bit slow here onto Chivix, not getting that kill secured. Would have been huge to pick off that Queen of Pain and maybe making a push towards it. He's still top of the net worth with 12,000. Venomancer and Queen of Pain not too far behind at 11, 10k respectively. Shionix going for the old race car lifestealer, getting a Sanch Nyasha.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, the group up here is still on the bottom. BKBs
are
available here for Enigma. Does have Black Hole as well. Be a potentially game-winning fight with Midnight Pulse. Break in through the trees. Could make some big ambush plays go on. Doesn't know. Here comes the stun on that Underlord. Do they make a push? TP's coming in from their Shadow Fiend. Immediately goes in there, but meanwhile, here comes the Slaughter and the Lifestealer. We are in Pain Town here. Archin not gonna fall. Pelosin dropping very low as a result of that gank, but he should survive as a result. But Sand King taking himself to the high ground. Here comes another gank. What is the Venomancer doing here in the middle of nowhere? It's on the Dire Shrine as well. They're losing a lot of life, but it is still a BKB SF after all. Trapping the Sand King where he is. The Queen of Pain coming in with the big hits, but not enough. Why would you try on the Shrine there? Moogle taking a fight they cannot secure, and in the end blowing some big ultimates for absolutely nothing except giving away 4 kills and possibly Roshan now. Gaben has blessed us with a double damage. Shionix gonna run in there with it, maybe. Nope, they're gonna give it to Shadow Fiend. And this is looking worse and worse here for Team Miracle. Oh, I cannot pause. Wrong hotkeys, my bad. My bad. Alright, so the gold graph is going to be dropping down. Was dropping down, but after that team wipe, it's going to be a lot more troublesome. Shadow Fiend already level 20 at the 25-minute mark. That means that he has so much more bonus damage as a result of the souls. Really insane. Sand King. Well, before the Shadow Fiend, does seem like a bad idea. It's the Aegis. Shadow Blade as well. Meanwhile, start the Lightstealer bomb. Find off a CC pickoff on Sand King. Could have been at the BKB, but you know the amplified damage just made it so impossible to fight even through that BKB because the right clicks were immense. Only way to really do it was to win a fight or run away. Running away is not really an option there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant bottom tower taking a beating. They're gonna try and see if anyone will defend. See if anyone will defend here. Oh no, the Queen of Pain getting caught out by that amplified damage again. The ward coverage here, excellent on Geek Fam, able to snipe out that Queen of Pain after she snagged that rune. And, ooh, Enigma does have Blink Dagger, BKB. Can he get a big black hole here is the question. 50 seconds on the sidelines without the Queen of Pain though. Do they want to take the fight? Don't believe so, because here comes the black hole. They're gonna catch only the lifestealer, which is kind of concerning because the Shionix on that lifestealer is gonna be able to invest in a couple of seconds. He does have the Amulet Toggle as well. The amplified damage, it's big. Meanwhile, Tihi laying down the Lord here. He does have the Aegis. He doesn't really care about those deaths right now. The Underlord running in with the bonus 100 damage, roots in that Sand King. He doesn't have the Brow Strike option. He does have it now, but the Shadow Blade gonna give the range and a triple kill for Tihi. Moogle rumbling down the sides there. Venomancer has managed to solo up the Slaughter, but yeah, he's gonna have to run soon. Or maybe they don't go back to catch him at all. Yeah, surprising he didn't get killed there. Oh, Crystal Maiden coming in there with the Frostbite. Gonna go with that Nova as well. Oh, Crystal Maiden going with the ultimate. Is it gonna be a solo kill? Crystal Maiden, sexy bamboo. Scores a kill on Miracle. Will probably pay here. Chibix is there. The Sonic Wave having to be committed here against a Crystal Maiden. Definitely worth the, worth the buck here. Crystal Maiden is going to enjoy that. Solo kill on the enemy mid lane. And getting that level advantage there. So huge. And once he gets the level 20, Trust Fund kicks in for the little girl. And she is going to be super happy about this. Satanic. Wow, how rich is this guy? 17,000 net worth. Satanic BKB Shadowblade Dragonlance 28 minutes in. Well, he is 20. He is 18-1 with 261 CS. So that is kind of understandable. But on the other hand, it is just so ridiculous. I don't believe my eyes. Who just got picked off here? The Sand King or Venomancer? Sand King got picked off. And the Radiance Courier does get picked off. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend is being stalked here. The Invisibility Rune on that Tusker does see that SF going into Invis. So
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We bang away at this tier 2 tower. High ground does seem threatened at this point. So far ahead, that Goldrath dropping to the 7k mark. So we're gonna take out the tier 2 round first. Slaughter arming that bomb already. Oh, here comes the desperate farming. Gonna need to stay ahead of things. Cooldown reduction means that Midas goes off cooldown faster, but still. Gonna need to be able to step up the team fights. Black holes have so far been very unspectacular. Here comes that Burrow Strike. Oh no! What was the Sand King thinking? I'm not sure that was the plan going in there without his team. Alright, there you go. We're gonna have that BKB and the Enigma gonna try for that black hole. Yep, there we go. Goes for the black hole, but the BKBs there, they can't really punch it through that black hole. Well, they can technically punch it, but they can't punch through that armor. Triple kill for the Shadow Fiend. This is a very straightforward game here for Geek fam. They are taking names and knocking the competition out of this match because Enigma buying back into the game. Yeah, it's cool, but do you have the firepower? The answer is no. Satanic BKB and a Shadow Blade. So much survivability between those items, and now the Enigma just uses special ability there. So that is going to be a lifestealer. 3-shotting him after that buyback. So a dieback on Enigma. We have an Orchid applied onto the lifestealer, but he doesn't really care. Taking Rexus. Chibix feeling really hopeless here. He has that Sonic Wave, but there are no real creeps to really blow up. And there we go. The Uber gonna send one home. Everyone gonna be grouping up together, and they send them all back. A perfect use of that Uber Lord. And they send themselves to the Shrine of all places. Immediate full restore for everyone. And they can continue the battle with Ernest. Miracle's team tatters after that team fight. Goldrath already in that 16k advantage. I'm not sure the Sand King was supposed to go in so fast there. Not sure, but this is one of the TE games that he's definitely going to enjoy and remember for a while. Remember when I massacred the Singaporean team in the C qualifiers with TI7. Yeah, that's got to be it. Tower 2. Bang down. By that Shadow. Scraping hard. The butterfly now equipped. Scoreline 22 to 31. Oh, we have ourselves a big fight here. It's a 2 versus 5. Might be an opening here for Moogle to get something done, but that Lifestealer is still doing something funky. Slaughter gonna just buy some time for his friends, but he will be dropping there. So 2 versus 5, very weird movement. Here comes Soul Maiden with that spell, with that big ultimate. The Glimmer Cape is there, but it's not gonna do enough. Phoenix gonna get surrounded as well. They're going in one by one. I'm not sure about the plan of this whole thing. The Infest gonna allow him to get out of there in time. They might go in. Just 5 seconds to that rage. Waka Flocka, Kai, Power Strike is there. Is it enough? The rage that went off there, going to TP away, and the black hole not available for another 14 seconds. Good punch though! Keeps him there. Immediately though, Waka Flocka will have to be run percent away. Nice kiting with that snowball. Gonna roll in on that life stealer, and in the end they pick them off. Splitting up like that really ends up being punishing for them, but is it really? They did lose melee Rexes as a result. Now Shrines are open to fire. Shadow Fiend gonna get further and further ahead. They did throw a big lead over back to the Radiant side, but it's still feels to me a little bit too little. Running Greaves and the pipe available for this Underlord. Gives his team a lot of protection here. Chibix plate mill, building into that shield guard, 300 gold away, and gonna have that extra armor to try and at least resist these slaughter jumps with the lifestealer. But Chibix hasn't been really shining in this game, but he's still been one of the highest performing heroes on the Radiant side. The rest of the team has been rather lackluster. This Venomancer, he has got that Academ Scepter, but is it that useful, in the face of a pipe, of that lifesteal rage, the SF on the BKB? The damage isn't going to rack up as much as he would like. Better off going something like a Mjolnir and try and build into maybe a Hex or Dragonlance, do some kind of semi-carry with the amount of levels that he's getting through that Midas. He's already at level 24, he's about to hit that level 25. I do believe he might go for the Poison Sting, but 3 times Plague Ward is just as good. Here comes Shadow Fiend walking right under the Sentry Ward. They're going in from the north, finds a Tusker right away. Black Hole again, going to be very ineffective. They'll probably get the SF, and that's all they're going to get. The buyback not available here for the SF, so that's huge. They get a big kill, but a bigger ultimate here from Sexy Bampo slows them all down. Lifestealer ready for the hunt there. Pelosin unable to escape from him. One more click will do the job, but no! A very big Barrow Strike here from the Sand King. He's going to take them out, but unfortunately for them, the Uberlord sends them all home. And it looks like Starter's going to be left for dead here. Can he get out? Yes, he can. So they lose the Shadow Fiend for the Tusker. A win by every definition here for Team Moogle. 24,000 though for that SF. Just bought out some new fancy toys. He will be able to get back into this fight before Roshan respawns, I believe. Because the Moogle team are not the best Roshans. Yeah, Venomancer does spot this out. He's now level 25. He got the triple power on the ward there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slaughter coming in there, finds Miracle. Is there any Ghost Scepters? The Rage is there. Sand King going to go for that forward line now. He gets caught in the Pit of Malice though. That is going to make him unable to Barrow Strike. But now the roll in here with the Tusker, the throws, the Southeast Asia throws. It does happen now. This time they don't have the bailout here with the Uberlord. Has to be very careful. Underlord will run right into the front there and die for his team. And that is very unfortunate because this will mean that they give up Roshan. Moogle are going to be able to secure this one. It is still a very low HP team, but with these levels and with the firepower, they are going to be able to bring down Roshan. It's going to be slow, but at least they will. Very interesting. But meanwhile, holy hell, there could be a reason they were doing something like this, because the range Rex were just taken out by the creep wave. The top and melee and range Rex were taken out by the creep wave because they focused so much effort into trying to take this Roche fight that did not account for that, and that is potentially I would say potentially the bait of the week almost. Very, very big play there, if intended, but it did feel a little throwy, but if it was intended, it is pretty huge to be able to let the creep wave just take out the double Rex just like that, catapult the big creep waves. A big deal. And they just here on Shionix will just, well rather Chibix will give Moogle a little bit of time here, as the smart play coming out from Geek fan would be to not push hard into this lineup, of course. So definitely maybe bought themselves a couple of minutes, 4 minutes now, while that Aegis is in the pocket of the Queen of Pain. You know, it's a little bit of a disadvantage to play against an Aegis carrier, but you know, it's good still. Could still go the other way. Crystal Maiden finally hitting that level 20. We're going to have that Trust Fund kick in at that 120 gold per minute. Got that Atos, got the Glimmer Cape. The goodie's going to come in for the girl now. Daddy's finally unlocked the bank account. And CM found that one out. Well, Underlord has picked himself up a Lotus Orb. Going to be able to take away some really nasty status effects, as well as reflect some of those point target stuns. Barrow Strike, Malefice, just to name a few. Even the Orchid, self-orchiding herself. The Queen of Fate might not like that one. She does have BKB and Cheese though, so she's pretty durable. But meanwhile, the Uber trying to pull the Crystal Maiden away, but in the end, only getting himself out of there. Mila did point out that Underlord had Guarding Greaves and Pipe of Insight. Didn't use those, trying to bail the Crystal Maiden. Could have possibly gotten it because she died a second too late, and the Guarding Greaves would have gotten the job done there. So very unfortunate, Sexy Membo. He left out in the cold there, pun intended. Octarine Core on the way for this Enigma, or it could just be a casual soul booster for now. It does require a little bit of money before you can get that Octarine. But it will make Black Hole a very, very accessible resource. Once he gets their Octarine Core, the cooldown, the reductions will stack. Enigma is going to get a lot stronger in these fights. You can already see.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Chipping away the tier 2 tower. Tier 2 tower will fall. Miracle has still not gone for any conventional right-click items. Just going for the utility. Venomancer going to happen Hellbait now. Going to be a big lockdown on the Shadow Fiend, who will be locked down from attacking for 5 seconds. But you look at his Underlord, the power of his Underlord being able to just keep the enemy heroes at bay. The creep waves just got forced out of the base, and his tower barely took any damage. And Aegis still on the side of Moogle, so Geek fam don't want to take their chances here. Gonna play safe. Sanking, Barry. You know, Chibix. He's got the Bloodthorn. Hasn't gotten a chance to use it just yet, but neither is he getting chances at Aegis. It's going to be wearing off soon in about a minute, I think. And that's when you'll see Geek fam resurface from their comfort zone. Wizard travels 2 here for Miracle. Going to allow him to teleport to ally heroes. Maybe he can join in for the gank, and that's why I say like an item like a Hex would be really nice for him. Being able to TP in and help gank another hero. It looks like the Aegis will be timing out soon, so they are going to start loading up. Slaughter already on the hunt there with the Life Stealer. Double damage is going to be picked up. Another double damage spawns at bottom. But looks like Miracle skies it out. Throws out a kill. It's going to be close. They might try and scoot in to get him. Feels like a bait. Miracle's going to TP away. Double damage for CM. Pings it out.
Double damage.
Shionix is going to pick up that double damage instead. Or rather, Sax Bambo. Meanwhile, top lane. BKB forced out here for Pelosin. Aegis is down. And now Shionix. He's left out in the cold here. Slaughter already TP'd away. Oh, they're going to barrel strike there. They're going to be off the mark. Looking for that Shiva's Guard detection. Not going to find it. And in the end, BKB popped Slaughter and Life Stealer. Wolves TP to safety. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Underlord pushing that one in with the help of that creep wave. Gonna have that fire storm as well. Lotus Storm is there. Now comes the Orchid. Immediate Lotus Storm. The Overlord will start deploying his ultimate, and that's how he can safely play this game, because they are not going to be able to lock him down unless they kill him. So very nicely done there, Shadow Fiend. Oh, gonna play that Shadow Blade game again. Is there detection here? There is no detection. Shadow Fiend though does reveal himself out of that invis now, so all harm, all danger averted for now. play real careful here. Light Stealer pops out. Get some farm on the board. This net worth still favoring the SF heavily, but second and third place is going to Chibix and Venomancer. This game once again dragging on for quite a while. We've got only 42 minutes in and only a 7k goal advantage for Dire. Really minuscule amount by any means. Hurricane Pike sends the SF to the low ground. Still trying to farm up a Storm. Chibix cheese on that Queen of Pain. Channel feed 2,300 on that gold. Maybe what he can look towards now is some boots travels, moonshot. Crystal Maiden getting richer and richer. Already purchasing up a couple of wards here. Has managed to trust fund her way to an 1,800 gold lead, or rather 1,800 net worth. Gonna be able to get that get a blink dagger very shortly. Add mobility and life stealer going for the diffusal. Wants to purge off those annoying debuffs. And I gotta say here, purging off that Ghost Scepter on Venom, purging off a couple of other things like silence on himself. A lot of things that could happen here. No wait, you can't purge yourself anymore. My bad. You could purge allies, but definitely a tech option here. You also have the ability to slow down targets so that you stop getting kited around. I kind of like it. Here in the jungle. Looks like Roshan is going to take about 2 minutes or so to respawn. A maximum timer, you can almost say. And the Underlord, once again, going to do that split push thing, whatever he does. Stardust. Pick up the haste. Getting scouted out here by the starter. They want to make a move here. The Venomancer making it very difficult, keeping the waves pushed out. Finally get the shrine. It's double damage for the Shadow Feed. Maybe this is the time to go. Gem being picked up. Ethereal Blade found here by Miracle. Could add some to his right click potential as well. Just the Shadow Feed. Double damage on him. They see this Venomancer immediately blinking in there, melting him in 2 shots. Holy crap, I didn't even see him go anywhere. Trouble now. Underlord, Lotus, Guardian Greaves, and Pipe. Geonix now with the Heart of Taras, 3,800. Oh, here comes the Black Hole in the epicenter. They really want to lock him down. They might just get the SF. Is he going to get out in time? Is the Uberlord going to pull him out? He does! A disaster here for Moogle. They blow so many big ultimates trying to pick off the SF, but in the end, he gets bailed out by the Underlord. Such a powerful play there. They will leave the Lifestealer for dead, though. He is in a lot of trouble. The Bloodthorn is there. He gets brought down, so they save the SF, but they lose their Lifestealer. And that is one of the disadvantages, you know, you pull out your team, but in the end, the remaining guys still get picked off and you still get left with pieces. So very unfortunate. Now the score is 31-33. This game a lot closer for a team that's down 2 sides of racks. Now Sexy Bambo going to do some Sexy Bambo things. Throwing out Crystal Nova here and there. Reaching that level 25 could be pretty cool as well. The 300 extra Crystal Nova damage, allowing CM to just blow out a wave in 1 shot. It could be very beneficial moving forward here in the game. So I think she can almost nuke a wave out. Now, well, not exactly. Right now, how much is it? It's 269. All right. It's not enough, but it does a lot of damage to a creep wave. And Shadow Feed has to be careful. Has to be super careful. Sanking has the invisibility rune.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Roshan is up. Stealer is up in 15 seconds as well. I think this agent will be big. Black Hole is down 8 seconds more. Octarine is complete on the Green is complete now on the Enigma. Slaughter does TP. Oh no, they're gonna fight this one. The Aegis goes down and the snatch from that Aegis. Oh no, disaster strikes. The TP from the Shadow Fiend will allow him to get out of there, but the Aegis was taken. Radiant even scores the Aegis. That was huge, and now with that, they are going to be in big trouble. The black hole is going to be there. The SF caught in the hole himself. The sink of darkness going to be brought down. Tusker chasing forward for that CM. Very farmed, but not enough to get out of this trouble here. Moogle doing it in the late game. Striking hard and fast with some big ultimates, big decisive team fights. The creep wave is pushing in. And the buybacks are available for Geek fam, but are they really going to throw this? A huge advantage they had, but it's starting to sink back down into the zero line. 4K network now, barely something to talk about. The banner wards are going to be annoying for now. Gem on the Slaughter, allowing him to clear out some of that vision. The Observer in the high ground though. This could be game winning if they know about this. Underlord buys back into the game. He'll need to do that quickly. Clear out the wave. Clearing out the wave here will be very important. Absorb on himself. Throws out the fire, throws out the Malice. And stops the damage there on that tier 3 tower. I'm not sure if they're going to peel away. Father. Still armed with that life stealer. They want to go for this though. That's the problem. There's cheese on Chibix. It's gonna be big. Oh, there we go. Going in there hard and fast. There we go. Takes him out. Cheese not even available. Green of Pain already brought down and now fighting under the shrines. A big one to get Barry with the reflector Lotus Orb. A reflection on the Lotus Orb. Getting that snowball. Sanking. Barrel strikes onto the Slaughter. Slaughter still looking for something. There's a crush. Oh no. Runs on the high ground. They see him there. I think they know. They crush him. Trying to stop his TP while he's doing that. Okay, he doesn't have TP. He's still taking it from that backpack, and in the end now won't get brought down. The crush is there. Big plays from the Slaughter and the Lifestealer combined, and they strike hard. They strike back. Chibix being a little bit too arrogant with his movement there. They're gonna TP down to the bottom lane. Here comes the Uber. He can be used offensively as well. Brings the entire team down for siege so that they do not have to walk their way back into the fight across the map. So forcing out the buybacks. This is an immediate threat to the base security. They will have to back off. And oh, Miracle running forward. He does have Aegis. He can play a little bit more carelessly with his life, but has to take a little bit of caution here. Mass buybacks on the side of Moogle, looking to hold this line. And only the Underlord did buyback here. His ultimate's on cooldown for another 75. Still, they can look to pressure this. They don't have the creep wave though. Underlord's just gonna pull back and make his way down. They already forced the buybacks, so this is a big play. A big play that they had. They already forced the buybacks, so now they can just wait, sit back, wait for that escape option with the Doctor. Shadow Fiend meanwhile, Silver Edge, Satanic, pretty much full items now. Hasn't gotten a moonshot, probably wants to save for that buyback money as well. Level 24 on Sexy Bamboo. Oh man, they need to pee. Oh well, I wouldn't blame them. TI7, it's a really high level tournament. You really want to be able to calm the nerves. And these guys, fortunately for them, the game's been dragging on quite a fair bit. It's only game one of this of my shift here in the TI7 qualifiers. Lots of matches coming your way. 4 more games, guys. 4 more games, and still got ourselves quite a little bit of fight left in some of these matches. I think a lot of them are very close, so we're gonna have to play out those games, and we'll see if they're tiebreakers. Hopefully not, because tiebreakers do lead to some very they lead to some sad times, because because the results are determined based on one particular victory, and having that decide the future of your TI7 movement or TI7 progression is kind of sad sometimes, but it is what it is. But like I said, this game might not matter to either team, but I do believe there are still possibilities for tiebreakers, so they will have to do their best there, give their all, try and score as many points, hope that the other teams don't do as well, and knock it back. So hopefully they're gonna be done with their pee break soon enough. Hilarious how it is. But it's right now 34-36. Game pretty even despite the crazy amount of Rexes down. Alright, there we go. The P break is done. And we'll be hopping back into the action. Just left off with some good turnaround fights here for both Moogle, stealing the Aegis. And in return, Geek Fam swinging background and smacking them out of their base, even with that cheese and Aegis. Vanomancer not able to use it, but the aggressive movement from that Underlord allowing Geek Fam to force out 2 buybacks, so 3 critical buybacks here. So those buybacks are going to be on cooldown for a while. Let's look at that buyback status. We got 3 buybacks available here for the Dire, 2 available for the Radiant, but those are 2 big ones. Queen of Pain as well as the Enigma. So you never want to be down too many buybacks. Miracle's buyback still on cooldown for another 2 minutes. So a good opener here. If they do wait out the Aegis, they might be ready by then. Vano, not an easy cookie to take down. Slaughter. Arcane Root now. Spotted out by Miracle. Gonna summon out the ward. Really keep the wave back. That'll be, load up the Lifestealer in the bomb again. You're gonna go on the hunt. There's Miracle. They could catch him twice. There is really no escape option here. And he's so far out. He's really arrogant there with the Aegis. Very complacent. And they might just whack him up with the Racket. Charging it up and blowing up to half health. And he's dead. We talk about him having no buyback. Is he going to be able to get out there alive? Probably not. The crush is there. And because Tusker tried to save his captain, he gets brought down along with him. 120 seconds on without buyback. Here comes the black hole. We're going to try and look for a big one again. Is it going to find a kid? Is it? Nope, they're not. They're only going to get one big one, but that's a black hole down to Slaughter, getting the kill as well. And Sexy Bambo coming in with that 500 damage, or rather the 300 damage Crystal Nova. Frostbite duration does get increased though. The buyback is going to be coming out of lifesteal. They know that Miracle doesn't have the buyback. They're going in. They're going to strike hard and fast. They're going to try and close this game right out now. Does Miracle have the buybacks? The answer is no. 50 seconds on the sideline. So effectively, he's got another 30 seconds of death timer left. Or, no wait. He's got now 40 seconds death timer left. So we're going to keep that eye out. Miracle might be able to buy back in time, but it might be too late to save the team from Mega Creep. Black Hole is down. No, actually is up. He has a refresher off. Could be big, but Sexy Bambo has picked up a Cypher Vice here. So that is another option. They'll have to worry about what. Oh no, Slaughter comes in, knocks him out. Shimmick cheeses up. Nice Black Hole retaliation here from Pelosa. Immediately strafed down here by the SF. He has such a long range. He's just shooting those fireballs at everyone. And now the Hex here from Sexy Bambo could be the nail in the coffin here. Moogle are going home. They are taking so much damage from all angles. They will lose the Slaughter here on Geek Fam, but it's going to be too little too late. The buyback here on the Queen is just not going to cut it. Miracle has buyback now. He's going to come back, but a Vano that has not been built for carry is going to offer very little as Miracle tries his most desperate to try and keep this game alive. Keep it afloat. Barry hexed up, brought down. Miracle running away, getting tagged so hard that the Pit of Malice locks him down and could be fatal here. Atos here from the Crystal Maiden. The Frostbite locks him in. The creeps might just finish him off. He's rooted forever. Fire, gonna be in time. No, not gonna be in time there to bring him down. Buybacks on Crystal Maiden, just putting it all in. Shionix, T-He, just putting everything into the throne, and it's gonna be a good game, well played. Geek Fam will finally take the game 3 minutes in with a 21,000 goal lead. A tough victory to get as, well, Moogle refused to go down without biting and screaming, and in the end, Geek Fam still take out that win here. It is, well, it is gonna be disappointing for Dear Miracle. Having lost that game, I think that effectively ends his TI7 career, TI7 run in this round. But yeah, guys, that was quite a crazy game. It was a little slow at parts, but at the end, you thought, all right, Moogle are going down, and then it went back-to-back team fights. They sniped the Aegis, sniped the Roshan, and Geek Fam just were the more powerful team. I think there was some great use of the Underlords Underlord's ultimate ability, and Shadow Fiend just had the most miraculous game of his life. 21, 3, and 11. Those stats are to die for. All right, guys, we're gonna be moving on to the next game. Do stay with us. It will be Fnatic and Happy Feet. Happy Feet are also at the bottom rung of that bracket, but it will matter to Fnatic, so they need to take this game. Someone dropped the game against them. Execration dropped the game to Fnatic, and because Execution are at the top, dropping a game to Happy Feet, which doesn't make a difference for them, does hurt Execration a lot because it's a matchup they should be winning, and dropping points now is going to be very critical, especially since the top one of the qualifier will go straight to Seattle, no playoffs required, so you really want to go and win that game. So we'll have to see what happens next, but next game, Fnatic versus Happy Feet is going to be coming right up. I'm Lysander Zenora. If you like our casting, do follow us on this channel. Do follow the Egg Network. Do follow Beyond Summit. Do follow me on my social media at Lysander Zenora. And I'll be right back with you guys with the next game in just a short while, so stay with us.